That's it. The wait is over. You can get the Tesla Model 3 for just $35,000 or so. And that's what Elon Musk said in his tweet today. And I'll tell you why he's wrong. Mainly because I own a calculator, and I'll tell you where they went wrong with their calculations. You can see them on their website at tesla.com. But don't worry, I took screenshots and I'll explain everything in just 1 second.
Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric!
Welcome to E4 Electric, your #1 source of unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, well, all you have to do is really click on that subscribe button down there. It's free, and that way, magically, you won't miss anything moving forward. And of course, let me give a quick shout out to one of my newer Patreons. Thank you so much for supporting my cause, my channel. And Anthony Weber is one of the newer Patreons. This is the only place where you can watch these videos live, by the way, besides supporting this independent channel. And of course, if you want to join, you can go to the description of this video, and it's right there, patreon.com/E4Electric. So thank you so much for that. Okay, so as you can see, this is after Tesla lowered the price earlier today, or actually I think it was last night, to $42,900. That's an entry level Model 3, at least at this point. It's the mid-range. But as you can see right next to it, it says that the estimated price after savings is, a little less than $35,000. And Elon tweeted it out yesterday, I believe, as well, saying Model 3 starting cost now around $35,000 after $8,000 of credits and fuel savings. Okay, now no, there are a couple of things. First of all, let me just show you what they mean by estimated savings, like how they calculate that. Let me see if I got the right slide here. Okay, yeah. So this is how they're displaying it, right? And this is kind of on the main, like that's the focal point of the price. So I already made a video about it, because I just don't like it. But let's look at how Tesla is calculating that, and a couple of things that they're forgetting, and what the real cost is, especially for those people who have never owned a Tesla or an electric car. It's a completely different universe. Before that, let me just remind you really quick that this video and this channel is sponsored by the Starman Gifts, the home of the adventures of Starman. I have my copy right here. You guys gotta own this one, especially if you want to relive the launch of the Falcon Heavy. This is pretty cool. There is a discount code in the description of this video. This is the only way you can actually get discount here, and all of the products at starmangifts.com, which are pretty cool. So check that out. All right, so how does Tesla calculate the savings that they're claiming that you will be getting? So let me show you. So this is what they're saying on their website. As you can see, the starting price is $42,900. Then there are incentives, so $37,500. Fair enough. And then there's gas savings, $4,300. And then that's it. And this is where we got a bit of a problem. So first of all, gas savings are really almost impossible to calculate because of a couple of reasons. Gas prices not only vary by month to month and year to year, but you will own your car for a few years probably. Also, they vary from different states and cities and so forth. And I know this is American pricing, but bear with us because, they do that in other countries as well. Number one. Number two, you can't figure out or estimate your own pricing, especially if you've never owned a Tesla or an electric car before, because a lot of people, they look at their bill and say, well, we're paying this many cents for this much energy. And then they buy an electric car and realize that because now they're using so much more, they go into a completely different tier, because your utility companies most of the time charge you so much for each unit of electricity that you get up until a certain point. But once you cross that extra or above that, you're going to have to pay sometimes even double. And that messes up your calculations. So as the gas prices a lot of times go down, or you can live in an area where they're much less than Tesla's estimations or average, your actual pricing for your electricity can be much, much higher than you anticipated, because you don't know. You can obviously call your electricity company, but a lot of people don't. They just don't know it even exists. Of course, there are different ways how different utility companies calculate it. Sometimes they're peak hours, off-peak hours, and just there are quite a few ways how different people pay for electricity and how different people pay for their gas. And there's just no way to predict that. So I'm already just not accepting that $4,300 is going to work for everybody. For a lot of people, it just won't. It won't be that much even at all. So that's number one. Number two, don't forget that there are other costs. And I think Elon's conveniently kind of forgetting about that, but there are other costs. And by the way, there's somebody who I don't know who this guy is, Quinn Nelson, but he challenged Elon, saying, "Hey, please change the way you guys show pricing online, showing the actual price rather than shoving it down in the corner and showing the after savings price, which varies widely based on region." That's exactly what I said. Seems scummy, and that's coming from a Tesla fan. Now, Elon's reply and was not something that I think I liked. He said exactly both prices are shown right next to each other, and lower price is actually the real apples to apples cost versus fuel car, which I just told you is not true. And I haven't even told you what the extra costs are for the electric car. In fact, for many states in the US, it's way better. Yeah, for those states where nobody owns a Tesla or there are no Tesla service centers or that may need superchargers for support and stuff like that. We're talking about mainly states where people do buy Teslas, Elon, and that's California and New York and so forth. And prices there and here, because I'm in California, are pretty high. So that's just, I just, he knows better. He definitely knows better. But I guess that's what's bothering me. By the way, so, here, I mean, I just literally showed you this, right? This is what front and center on this on the page when you go there. And you can go there yourself, guys. Just go to Tesla.com, click on Model 3, and the first page will be there with this price in your face, and it's going to be, obviously even highlighted by this blue border. So no, I think the guy who was challenging him, he was correct, because it's not next to each other. They're only next to each other at the bottom, right, where I showed you here, but that's at the bottom in the left bottom corner. So but let's see. Don't forget that there is there's still other couple of things that you still have to, that maybe you don't know, or forgot, or Elon forgot. But either way, here's the problem with that. It's sorry, I'm just trying to figure out the right yeah, there you go. One is you will have to buy a charger, right? And especially if it's a Tesla charger plus the installation, that's a couple of $1,000s. So that cuts into the $8,000 estimated savings that they're claiming, definitely to gas savings for sure. And then on top of that, don't forget that the insurance for these cars is much higher than for a car in the same category that's a gas car. Why? Well, because when people get into accidents in this car, it's much more expensive to fix. One, because Tesla still doesn't have enough body shops where, the prices are pretty high. Two, because they don't have enough parts and people end up waiting for weeks or months for those parts. So the cost for the rental cars and other expenses, even what you're being charged essentially at some point for just storing your car there, right? I know there's no separate charges for that, but they built that in. I remember somebody ran into me, and that was a few years ago, but nevertheless, insurance companies use prices over the last few years, but somebody ran into my taillight on a parking lot on like 10 miles an hour. I believe my bill was like $20,000, right? So the insurance that you end up paying, which to me is about over $200 at this point, which for the same car, for the same expensive cars I used to have before that was gas, I'm pretty much paying double. So that's something that, and there are quite a few other things that just Elon did not, or Tesla.com did not really put in their calculations, and that just bugs me. I really, the price of this car is actually pretty damn good already, and it's going down, and I think they should just concentrate on that. There's no reason to do this, switcheroo stuff that I think everybody really hates that much. Let me know in the comment section. Do you think this is a good practice for a company that Tesla that claims to be really transparent, or do you think that they just kind of they can suggest the savings, but do you think they should just kind of let us know what the real price is, and then let us do our own math, because we're big boys and girls at this point. All right, looking forward to those comments. Other than that, see you guys next time, and remember to stay charged.